Good evening. Welcome back to the Mancunian Way. My name is Mine. I'm your host. Hope you're in good. Nick, it's Wednesday. It's 11. It's Stateside. Good evening, Danny, Tariq. How are you, gentlemen?
Doing good. Doing good. Glad to be here.
Fantastic, Martin. How are you doing?
I'm very, very good. Ed and Beta will be joining us soon. They're just delayed. But yeah, obviously, City won another game. Funnily enough, since we got going. So yeah, we'll start with you, Danny. I need to double check the comments coming through because for some reason, is there something going on? Because we got people watching but no comments. That's weird. Anyway, go on, Danny. Start with you, mate. City 2-0 winners in Spain. That 1 year hoodoo, whatever you want to call it, of not winning away in the Champions League is over.
Yeah, very, very pleasing. We faced a very good team away from home, a team who haven't lost their home ground in 7 months, and for large parts of that game, played them off the park and got all we deserved from the game. Scored 2 very, very nicely crafted goals, very reminiscent of our heyday where we'd take teams apart, death by 1,000 passes. And defensively, we continued to look great despite the change in personnel across the team. And some of the players who did come in made real statements. So it's great to have a deep squad, a squad with less liabilities per se. So yeah, hopefully we can keep the momentum going against Villa, even though our defensive midfield position is sort of not in a good way right now. But yeah, very, very good signs and another step in the right direction for sure.
Being able to get a win, pick up a win, keep a clean sheet when you have a rotated squad, at least in the midfield, is to Danny's point. That's a great sign because it felt like we were so dependent on certain players being available, certain players being in the squad, and we were able to show that we are not, just tied to this player, that player, whatever. We're Man City, and we can, whoever we roll out there is typically good enough to get a victory. Because we just have high quality throughout the squad. So, big ups to players like a Rico Lewis, who, quite honestly, I was a little concerned about when I saw the lineup. Probably not the only one, but I was.
Well, I think Pep said he did expect that today.
Yeah, it was like he was watching Twitter before the match. He saw my comments. He saw what I was saying. And he was like, yep, I'm going to comment about that afterwards. So big ups to Pep.
Watching everyone at the minute. I don't know if anyone's noticed that, but I'm starting to think Pep's watching and listening to certain things. By the way, I don't know what's going on, but no notifications have gone out, so I do apologize. Told you YouTube was having a moment. Ed's trying to wind everybody up straight away.
Yeah, he is. I can see.
Ed, your top's on
I
backwards.
like it.
I said he turned it around just to make sure everybody knew who was on the back of it. That's funny.
Oh, never mind. We'll get into it. We will get into it, no doubt. I'm still getting, by the way, shit. One, two people, which is kind of funny. I'm begging someone comes in the chat tonight because someone sent me a nice little tweet of theirs from February that I will read out live on air.
Please do.
Which will be fun. But anyway.
Name them and shame them.
Oh, they're getting named and shamed.
Yeah.
They're getting named. They're getting shamed. So, yeah. Like I said, Ryjack's gone to a basketball game. That's why he's not here. And Veta is on his way. So, Ed, what did you think of the game? Initial, before we go into it all.
Nah, man. You know, the guys touched on a lot of good points. Big up the panel, big up the chat, first of all. And nah, man, you know, I think it was nice to see some rotation, some guys get some minutes into their legs because it's going to be a long season. We're going to need a full squad. You know, it's great to see, you know, Rico Lewis. You know, I think there was a couple players out there who the fan base has been talking about with a Rico Lewis. You know, people talking about John Stones is finished. He doesn't need to be here anymore. You know, you got people like Savinho. People are talking about him and everything like that. And so it's good to see some players who are getting talked down a little bit have some good games. You know, just for the fan base to maybe calm down a little bit and just understand that, you know, we do have a good quality squad when it's all said and done. And, you know, was it the cleanest of games in the second half? No, but you know, who cares when you get over the finish line at the end of the day? You know, I'm tired. I'm kind of tired of hearing, you know, this thought process that we need to play a certain way of football in order to have a good game. You know, why can't we be the team that grinds a win? We used to grind wins all the time a couple years ago, but now it's talked about like it's shit. You know, like when you go away to Spanish side teams, you might be able to play this tiki-taka football still, right? Because they play a certain type of way. But when you go play Premier League teams, you might need a little grinded out wins to get stuck in, to make it ugly. You know, so, you know, we have multiple ways of playing. That's how I took it, and it was great to see the team, you know, continue on this path.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. Something we're going to talk about tomorrow night, but we can touch on it tonight with what you just said there. I think everyone's got this massive idea, and I'm not 58, everyone. It's not even my birthday. But never mind.
57.
So ignore Adam Quinn, naughty boy.
57?
No. Yeah, I'm in my 40s, not my 50s.
So you look fantastic for 58. Mark.
I was going to say.
I genuinely believe Pep said this. I think football's changing. And I think I mentioned it last night, and I noticed something, and I mentioned it last night on the space, was I'm hearing pundits from the 90s now being able to analyse football again. Because I think they got lost for about 5 to 10 years. And now they can analyse it properly, because I think the days of tiki-taka is going at the moment. Now, I'm not saying it's not going to come back, because I think football's like everything in the life. There's a cycle that goes on. But I do genuinely believe that I think football's just in a very transition period of style. There's a lot more long throw-ins now. There's a lot more set pieces.
Yeah.
Everyone's now doing the big bullying stuff now and things like that. It's now about going back to the big units and the big 6-footers winning first headers, second headers, winning your challenges more. I don't think the tiki-taka intricate football is about in the Premier League at the minute. Now, I don't know what anyone else thinks of that, but I think football is changing at the moment.
No, I think there's something to that. I think the old days of 7-8 years ago of trying to play a basketball game doesn't really work anymore. You know, we've seen it with Liverpool in their latter years with Klopp, how they've been getting found out here and there. We've seen it this year with Liverpool. They try and play expansively and with very attacking players all across the pitch in their midfield and their fullbacks, and they've been getting exposed the last few months. Fortunately for them today, they went to Frankfurt, who also want to play that way, and Liverpool have higher quality players, so they were able to pull out the win. But I don't think playing like that works universally. I don't think the best attacking team is going to win every single game unless there's such a disparity between the opposition. So yeah, no, the reason why Arsenal are where they are, the reason why we are getting back to where we are is because we know how to adapt. And when we're in an evolutionary sort of transitional stage, it's survival of the fittest. And I think these two teams have very fit coaches, very multi-dimensional coaches, and that's why they're staying afloat. So we'll have to see what happens.
Well, Alan disagrees because Alan thinks Alan thinks tiki-taka's still alive. I mean, Tariq, do you? Do you think Alan's got a point there?
I mean, I do think again, I haven't been watching probably nearly as long as a lot of you, so I'll defer to you. But I know what I see, and that's there's much more of an emphasis on the long throw, the set piece, the physical side of the game, the size, the pace, all of those things. Do I think tiki-taka still exists? Yeah. Does it still have its place? Yes. Do I think that we will always try to emphasize that? Yes, because that's the Pep way. But I do think when you look across those other matches across the other leagues, even within the Premier League, yeah, you see a lot more of an emphasis on those other aspects of the game that it felt like we were getting away from. And when I was coming into watching the sport, they were telling me the way that we play is, how the beautiful game is supposed to be played. And so now we're getting back to more of a rough and tumble, just put the ball in the back of the net. And it's maybe not as pretty, not as aesthetic, but I'm sure it's just as capable. So yeah, I do think it's changing.
I mean,
whether it's let me say this. I don't know if it's a long-term change, or if it's just a current, it's just a current thing at the moment. Arsenal has had success with set pieces. And so there are people, again, most teams don't have the players that we have. They don't have the quality that we have. And so when people were saying stop playing out of the back, it wasn't that they thought playing out of the back was bad. It was that they thought that most people don't have the quality players to be able to play out of the back successfully. So now it's like, you know what? I don't have the players that Pep has. I don't have the players that City have. So what do I have? I have, big, strong dudes who can, basically post up in the box, and I'll just throw it in there and get it off their head. So let me just maximize where I have an advantage as opposed to trying to make it look like somebody else's.
Yeah. No, and I totally agree with that. I think it possibly isn't a long-term thing. I think it may be. I do think it'll be 2 years though, because I had a look at, and I think many talked about this last season or in the summer of the kind of players we were buying weren't Pep-esque sort of players in a way. If you look at the kind of style and the people we're buying, and I think, is it Biana who's mentioned it, that we're now going after big units, engines, muscles, everything that we seem to be going after.
I guess pace and power is how the kids play.
Pace and power, it was basically the thing. I don't think it is going to be a David Silva-esque type of player anymore.
I mean, even someone like Farouche, of course, he's okay technically. The first touch leaves a bit to be desired. But Frankfurt, I said a couple minutes ago, they play so different to the way we do. He's had no sort of possession experience. His career has been built on the Bundesliga, built in transition. Like, he's played for 3 different Bundesliga teams in his career. He's not really known anything outside of that. So he was a very unpep signing. And Donnarumma, obviously, very unpep signing, but he's taken to City like a duck to water. So, again, I think that's more evidence that the game is changing and that we're able to adapt.
Yeah, I just think it's just going to look differently for us, right? I think the days of just absorbing pressure and playing out from the back, that essence of it, I think is not really around anymore. Because if you keep on taking on pressure now, you're just asking for trouble. You're asking to get hurt. So why not maybe use your press and hold the ball in their final half, or just play quicker in a different way? Why is that wrong? Like, maybe it's just a different variation of what we're trying to do, right? Because how many times in the past year and a half have we been trying to play out from the back and get hurt? Because we don't have the same type of on-ball defenders like we did previously. Like, I'm not trying to play out from the back with Donnarumma.
Well, I mean, Spartacus makes a great point here. So tiki-taka is not meaningless. And again, it's quick interchange, pass through the lines. I think it depends on your opponent as well. So hence, Pep did explain why he picked Rico Lewis yesterday. He said because Villarreal don't do man marking. They do a lot of zonal marking and they leave a lot of space in sort of these areas, which is where Rico Lewis actually does come alive. We all know Rico Lewis in a dogfight, in a physical tussle, quick pacer, muscly, like Adama Traore, for example, it's a mismatch. Rico Lewis cannot do it. Put him in the midfield with a zonal team where he's got time to find the little pockets of space. I think it works. But I think you'll see that more in Europe now. Like Spartacus, I think it's going to be more a European thing than it will be a Premier League thing. I've seen a lot more man-to-man marking in the Premier League this season than I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, and the evidence was there a couple of years ago. In the season after he won the treble, I think he played in midfield against Leipzig and against, I think it was Young Boys. So he's tried it before. There was a gap here in between. He didn't really try it. I think against Slovan Bratislava, he appeared in the midfield a lot as well. So I do think you could be right. It might be a European thing.
Yeah, I do. I think it's going to be a European thing this season, and we'll see. Because even United didn't go to Anfield and win by tiki-taka. They went very old-fashioned play, ball up, muscle out. I don't have a problem with it. And it's like everything in life. I keep saying it, human beings don't like change. So when you've had 10 years of something and you've seen the likes of David and you've seen the likes of KDB and the likes, that we have, seeing something different is, that's not quite right. That means the crap. No, it's just we're playing a different way. And I'm totally happy with it. And I think Donnarumma was the biggest sign point to it. Because I think Donnarumma's changed our whole style. I think he's brought Ruben Diaz back to being Ruben Diaz again. I just think it's helped him a lot. Gabardio has got better. I think Nunes looks good now. I just think now we're not doing this. How do I put it? Because it wasn't bad. Messing around at the back, people just look a lot more comfortable. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I just think we look a lot more comfortable now. Don't all agree with me or disagree with me at once there, guys.
No, I'm just reading the chat. Alan, Arsenal do not play
reading the chat for.
I'm trying to interact with the chat. Alan, they don't play that
Tariq's
way. Right
doing
now.
it as well.
Arsenal.
Well, no, I was reading what you had up before.
Build-up team. They're a very slow build-up team. They play quick sometimes, but they're very slow build-up. It's very controlled, yeah, but it's very slow at the same time. And then they try to hit you on counters or set pieces.
Why does Alan think Arsenal play? Arsenal don't play quick. Arsenal play boring football. Sorry.
No.
Arsenal play for throw-ins and corners and free kicks.
I mean, Martin, on this show and other shows, we talk a lot about physicality now. We talk a lot about, challenges, getting stuck in. Our midfield needs to control games by winning duels. And I'm sorry, key example, like this weekend against Aston Villa, I don't need Rico Lewis in the midfield against Onana.
Right.
No, I agree with you there.
So, is a time and place for everything.
But see, but they don't say it. I think I don't know what Alan's watching. I think you're just doing that now, Alan, just to think because they don't play tiki-taka.
I think they try to do it, but sometimes the way teams set up doesn't really allow for that.
Well, when I was on with Osama Nagel the other day, I'm sure there was. I couldn't believe my ears when they said it, but I'm sure they said over 70% of Arsenal goals are set piece goals.
It was a high number. I don't know if it was 70, but it's definitely a high number.
Yeah, I had to whoa, I didn't realize it was that much.
No, and there was no different yesterday. I think 3 of their goals were on set pieces, and 1 was Lewis Skelly carrying the ball.
By the way, I'm not saying it's a bad thing for any Arsenal fans
to
come and get triggered at this point and come attack it.
And to
67%, thank you, 67%.
To play devil's advocate, just because I can, right? Does scoring your goals off set pieces mean that you're not playing quote unquote tiki taka along the way in your build up and the way that you're playing? It just so happens that they're getting their goals. Maybe they're not creating or whatever, but their goals are coming off the set pieces, but they might be playing that way, 80% of the match, let's say. Is that fair? And again, this is me saying that I'm not trying to be tactical or whatever, right? I'm just trying to continue to learn and understand the game. So is it possible that they could be playing that way, but they just don't have finishers or whatever up top to get goals? And so the only way they get goals is when Gabriel comes up top and gets a header off a set piece.
Yeah, true. And I think both of Gyökeres's goals were second balls off a set pieces as well. So even when
I disagree because I think they have got players. They've got Eze, they've got
but they haven't consistently been converting. They haven't been clinical enough.
Yeah,
and so it feels like 67%, which is an actual number. 67% is not, is off of set pieces, corners, throw-ins, whatever, right? That 67% is coming that way. But maybe if they were clinical enough and they were finishing those chances, that number comes way down.
Yeah, by the way, Guy Bradshaw, I'm not sure of the goal, there is a GoFundMe currently going on for that. And there's been an amazing outpour for that and response to that. So big up. It's for his family, for his young daughter to help with expenses to get him back from Spain. And like we said today, thoughts and prayers. Should never go to a match and not wake up. Thoughts and prayers to the family and friends. If Marty's not saying it, I'm saying it. It is a bad thing.
What's a bad thing?
67% of your goals being offset.
Well, I think it's win a league with 67% on set pieces through 38 games. Because if we're just going to be honest here, none of their, except for Saka, none of their attackers really are needle movers. And like this weekend,
that's where I disagree with you, Ed. I think they have got quality up top. They're just not finishing.
I don't think so. At least
I think he's a quality player.
Well, I think Gyökeres's quality just doesn't suit the league.
Doesn't suit the league, or doesn't suit the way Arsenal play?
He doesn't suit the teams Arsenal are going to come up against. He got a lot of space in Portugal. He's not going to get that same space here. I think we've seen it. I mean, both of his goals yesterday were on set pieces. So,
well, I think this weekend will be a good litmus test for them. They're playing Crystal Palace. I don't know if they're playing Crystal Palace home or away, but that's going to be a good litmus test for them, right? Because Crystal Palace is going to. It's expansive. They also got strong physical players too. So we'll see.
By the way, I hope everyone did get home safe from yesterday. I did speak with Elliot. He's fine. He's sobered up. He's tired. He's okay. He fell asleep on the space last night. Bless
Did
his
he?
little cock box. Too much beard in Benidorm. I tell you what, I bet they're all getting pissed in Bodo Glint in December and January in the North Atlantic.
You're gonna have to be to deal with that weather, man.
Yeah, cheers, Harry. Yeah, the link is in there. The GoFundMe, it is in there. 1894 have also shared it out as well. So every little helps. It's not a Tesco advert, but it does mean a lot. Is Alan coming on? No, he's not American. Alan's not coming on. You'll see Alan tomorrow. Well, it's up to the lads. If they want Alan on, they can have an Alan on to have a debate with him. I'll leave it there. It's their show, guys, not mine.
He had his moment yesterday, mate.
Thank you, Danny. See, Alan's what I like, Danny. Straightforward. Alan, get in the bin. I like it.
I can get with it. That's cool.
Right, go on. I'm going to fill out.
How did you guys feel about Bernardo yesterday?
I've seen some people say that he had an okay game. I thought he was bloody good.
I thought
more than an okay game.
I thought he was tremendous the last two games.
Yeah, I think him playing in smaller spurts, having where he's not playing every match. I think in the beginning of the season he was playing a lot. I think there was a lot of concern about him playing every match and what that meant for the rest of our midfield. I think Pep is more picking and choosing when he's playing, and so for me, I think that keeps him fresher. So when he does play, he's got more legs. He can do more things. So I thought he played really well yesterday. That doesn't mean I want to see him every match, but I think he played well when he took that chance. He took advantage of that opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the less you sort of want to...
That time of the night, she wants to get ready. Sorry, this is pain in the ass.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm still here. Go.
You don't have to tell us.
Yeah, you're all good.
No, I don't like just going off camera. I like to be honest, though.
Well, from now on, we'll just assume if he goes off camera.
Just assume the missus is what's in the bedroom. I need to get an office. That's over there. I need to get an office, I'm going to kick one of my children out. So Alan said, wow, Danny, you've hurt his feelings.
Mate, I'll ring you afterwards, mate. Don't worry. I haven't forgotten about it.
He'll have a debate with you afterwards.
I'll tell you what, Alan, I shaved for you before the US-Australia watch along. You didn't come on to the last
one. That's what I was gonna say. He didn't join us for the watch along, so you gotta take your lumps this time.
Take your lumps, Alan. You couldn't be bothered getting out. Right, carry on.
Yeah, I was gonna say that the less you run him into the ground, the better you'll see out of him, because he doesn't really have the engine he did 5-6 years ago. But he still has the intangibles, the leadership, the big game mentality. And so I do think he has his part to play, whether it's on the pitch or off the pitch. I think he's still a very important member of the squad. And I'd still like to see him centrally. I think that's where he's best. I think that's where he's always been best, aside from the treble year when he played out wide. I think his best season is still 18-19, where he played centrally. So that's where he should be when he plays. Almost similar to Rico Lewis, very good in the small spaces. And off the ball, tenacious. Not the most athletic, but a tenacious dueler. So
he's more physical than Rico Lewis.
He is more physical, but they're the same sort of build, short, and
for sure.
Pit bull-like approach. Not bulldog. Bulldog is Carlos Tevez, but more like a pit bull, bite at the ankles, kick at the shins. And
his defensive contribution is still top. There's not very many people on our team or others that do like that press the way that he does when he's at it. So that is a concern for me. So the question here, any news on Nico G? I haven't seen anything. Have you guys seen anything new? Any new updates?
He's having a scan.
That's never good to.
The fact that he's got to go have a scan says it's more than just a knock, right? And that makes me nervous. And again, it's just always happens to be that dude from Arsenal now playing over in Villarreal.
I know what I've noticed about it, and the trouble is, where I got it from yesterday when I mentioned it, the people I get it from there, they were at the ground. Now they can only see, when you see Nico walking to the bench, leaving the bench, going to the tunnel, and a bit behind it.
Yeah.
The problem is you're on adrenaline then. Do you remember Rodri? When Rodri was fine, remember the next day, everyone didn't think it was an ACL because he was walking around perfectly fine. And you're like, hang on a minute, how are you walking on that? So
I've seen players do their ACL, come back on for 5 minutes, and they start feeling it again.
So maybe from that point of view, he was fine at that point, but when the adrenaline's gone and the blood's gone, and the swelling's gone down a bit, that's when the pain kicks in. And that's when you go, oh. And the trouble is, it was very similar to Kushinov, if you remember. He just got his foot stamped on, and the next frigging minute, he's out. Because everyone said, oh, he's fine. He's been out for 4 weeks.
And it's been 6 weeks plus, and he's still not back. Well, not 6 weeks, it's been 5 weeks.
Yeah, because it was the Arsenal game, wasn't it?
Well, somebody in the chat said that, I guess, on LB stream that supposedly it's going to be out for 6 weeks, which is really, really concerning, especially because do we know what's going on with Rodri? Is it just resting him, or is
Rodri is training? He's doing individual in the gym training, so very similar to Sabio. So when you see the trouble, this is where things get lost in translation. Thanks for that, Curtis. When you hear this, they're not training. That can mean they're not training with the squad.
Yeah.
So they're not seen coming out onto the training pitch with the squad. So everyone goes, they're not training. They can do individual inside in the gym training, which Sabio was doing. So that's what Rodri's doing at the minute. He's not training with the squad. He's training on his own in the gym, behind the scenes.
Which implies that he's still a few weeks away then, because he's still got to come back to on-pitch training. And
do you know what I did ask about Rodri, and words I got was there's no return date.
That's concerning.
Which I just don't know anymore.
And
being without
how do you
him,
know it's metatarsal? Can I ask? How do we know it's metatarsal?
No, that's what I mean. How do we know that whoever said 6 weeks is a reputable person?
I mean,
if you are going to say, and I'm not saying thing, but if you can say where you've heard that, please let us know, because we don't know if it is metatarsal. Even City don't know yet.
I mean, would you guys be confident if we have Kova in the 6 this weekend?
No.
I know we're meant to be. I know we're meant to be happy clappers on here, but I'd be.
We've got a set piece coach. Amar. It's called James French. James French is one of the set piece coaches. Our season's done.
Bit hyperbolic.
I mean, I think it's going to be difficult. I mean, again. I mean, you could, I guess, go Bernardo and Reinders in kind of a double pivot.
What about Kova?
Yeah, you could do Kova, but again, I just don't think he's a 6. I don't think Rodri. I mean, I don't think Bernardo's a 6 either.
I don't think he's a 6. I also don't think he's 90 minutes fit yet.
Yeah,
which is why I'm really concerned about Sunday.
And I pray to God it's not 6 weeks, because 6 weeks is like basically into like December, beginning part of December.
Yeah,
we got Villa, we got
Newcastle.
We got a couple Champions League matches in there. That's just that would be disappointing.
Briggs is bumping into the coaches and don't even know it's the coaching staff. Is that? That's not a good thing, Briggs. Huh?
Well, I mean, the only set piece coach people know is the one at Arsenal, because he's always up in the camera. He's always on standing up there by Arteta, trying to tell people what to do.
Anymore.
He never did this when he was with us. Pep always told him, "Get back in your box. Don't come off the bench, mate. Sit there. I'm the manager."
That's a good point as well. Stones in the 6.
Yeah, but we know you can't play Stones multiple games in a row, Mark. That's the issue.
Did it last night. He rolled back treble season formation last night.
Martin, can Stones play 3 games in a week?
I don't know.
Come on,
do
Martin.
we think he will based on his history? Track record says no, but we're hoping that he has said that he thinks he's gotten it all worked out. So we're just going to pray that he's right.
See, Ken said he'd rather Stones at 6 than Collins.
I don't think. I think you're splitting hairs there.
I don't think our set pieces are that bad, Amar. Jesus. They're not that bad.
I thought they
They're
definitely
not great though.
They're
not
they
great.
definitely improved from last season, though. We got some good chances this season off those set pieces. We just haven't converted them.
Fair. Yeah.
Um,
Based on this,
I don't
probably
know.
not.
No. But I mean, back to the game, though, I think let's talk about Savinho, right? Because there's been a lot of stuff talked about him lately. A lot of pressure put on him to produce. And I guess we could talk about both our wingers because it looks like Doku is not as consistent as maybe people wanted or hoped. What are your thoughts on our wingers right now?
So, question, educate me. When Doku was playing well, he was kind of more playing, I don't want to say inverted, but more as an inside forward, right? He was kind of more closer to central, not central, but he's infield more. Now he's back to hugging the touchline again. Is that, in your opinion, a coaching decision? Is that a Doku just not taking the initiative to get in the places and in the spaces where he was successful? What's changed and why?
Good question. Go on, Dana.
Oh, Ed was going to say something.
Oh, go on, Ed. Sorry. I thought
No, I think it's a mixture of both, man. I think it's a mixture of both because if we're basically saying Doku can only play inside, that means when he doesn't play inside, we have to put somebody else in.
Well, like, again, I don't think even when he was playing inside, he was coming into those spaces. He wasn't stuck on the touchline. And when he gets the ball on the touchline, it just feels like there's much more space for that double team to come. It's easier to get to him before he gets into the really dangerous positions. Again, he's super quick. He's shifty. So he's always going to create chances or opportunities that he's got to then take advantage of. But it's just, I feel like if he's closer infield, now he's getting the ball, he's picking the ball up closer to the goal. So there's less time for the defenders to react, and you can't get three people around him. He's already in a dangerous spot when he picks the ball up. I don't know. It's just, again, just trying to understand.
Yeah, it's an interesting one because he got double teamed out the game against Monaco, and I don't think he's really recovered since then fully.
I think that happens to him most matches. When he's not playing well, it's because he's got at least 2 or 3. Even when we go back to the Everton match, it was whoever their defender was, but then you had Njai, or however you say his name. I apologize if I got it screwed up, but who was always busting his butt to get back to double up on Doku, and a couple times took the ball off his foot. So again, I just think that's what he sees consistently. And I think that's a sign of respect for the danger that they see out of him. You know, it's like, okay, we know we got to get to this guy before he gets into these positions, but I just don't know why it changed, or why it feels to me like it changed. Why not keep going with what's working?
I'm not sure either, because it's not just in the final third, it's in the middle third as well. Like he was receiving the ball halfway into the opposition third, and he was getting trapped in there as well. So I'm not sure what's happened, and I'm actually wondering if we should sort of change it up tactically, play someone else there. But then again, I was waxing lyrical about him a month ago, and I can't in good conscience say drop him when I said keep giving him time. So not sure.
Yeah, I mean, the Doku one is a bit of a, and again, I'm hearing everyone say, oh, he's gone back to factory settings now and he's back to his normal self. That Monaco thing is a good question, because since the Monaco game, he's just jumped, gone back to himself. And like you said, he has gone back to being a touchline winger. When he was getting the joy, you are right, he was more inside. I don't know. I wish I did know, because I think there is a hell of a talent there in Jeremy Doku. I do. I'm not sure if it's in his own head anymore. Because you are right. Because when he was doing well, He was just doing the simple things very well. Now he's gone back to trying to do the techie, everything else again. Take his man on 5 times and doesn't need to do all that. I don't. Listen, I wish I had an answer to this Jeremy Doku conundrum, but I don't.
Alan said he's just not good enough. I don't know that that's the case, but
yeah, and I don't know. That's what everyone just goes straight to. They're just not good enough.
So I have asked the question, and again, without having him sit down on the couch so I can analyze his brain and how he thinks and all that kind of stuff. I'm never going to know the answer to this question, but it feels like when Marmoush was unavailable, we knew he was unavailable. Doku thrived. Now that Marmoush is back to, or he was coming back and now he's fully back to being available, whether he's playing or not, he's available. It feels like he is going back to, maybe not demonstrating his best being Doku. So I guess my question is, how much of it is just knowing that there's somebody else that I got to compete with again, and I have to be perfect, or I'm trying to be perfect, and I will never be perfect. And so stop pressing in that way. Stop trying to do all that. Just be, like you said, just do the simple things. You don't have to, every time you touch the ball doesn't have to be, to mix my analogies in my sports, a home run. It can just be, just keep it simple, play simple. I don't know.
Right. Guys, can we all stop panicking? We don't know. Nobody knows.
Happens. If you don't tell me, I'm going to assume the worst.
You've got vibe in the panic. Am I saying we're not winning any of these games now? Like, Jesus Christ. We're a pussy a lot sometimes.
We've got people saying Doku isn't good enough.
Yeah.
Doku's not good enough.
After waxing lyrical last month.
Yeah, John Stones is no good.
John Stones was tremendous yesterday. I don't know what people are watching. I thought he was very good.
I mean, listen, I said this last season, and I was talking to, me and Elliot were having a chat about an hour and a half ago, and we said this, and it was quite open with it. And we said, until we win something again, people are just going to always go back to last season. This PTSD is staying here, and we're bad, and we're crap. Pep doesn't learn. Everyone's bad, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter how many games we win anymore. Until we raise a trophy again, that is never going away. It's like we've lost complete confidence. And I think that's why Pep did. I think Pep had a little dig at the fans yesterday on that Rico Lewis thing. That was a dig at the fans. Because he knows. I keep saying this. If you think that the players and the managers don't see all this criticism, for Pep to come out and go, I can imagine what the response was like when everyone saw Rico in the team. And he was spot on. Everyone went into meltdown. We're losing the game. Pep sabotaging us. It was all coming out again. So this is what I mean. I can't disagree with Pep because he's got a point.
I mean, I also think the PTSD is valid to an extent. Because I had
PTSD is huge.
No. I had PTSD after Pep's first season. I had PTSD after 1920 for a while. And to an extent, I still have PTSD this season. So I kind of get it. Because 17-18, it took me quite a while. I think it was the Chelsea game. We beat him at the bridge. It was the Chelsea game in 2021 as well. We've been good for the last 6 weeks, but like we've lacked that statement win. And I think this weekend's a big opportunity to get that.
Yeah. Like I think this month is big for us, man. Like Trick was saying, we got Villa, we got Bournemouth, we got Liverpool, we got Newcastle.
My camera's gone off again.
Got to invest in the new one, mate.
But no, like I really like what I saw.
What kind of camera?
Go on.
No, I was just saying I really like what I saw from the team, and let's get to the main guy up front, man. I don't know. I don't know what else we can say about him, man. Like I just, like people keep on asking, can he keep on doing this? My question is, why do you doubt him at this point in time that he can not score? His movement inside the box is always phenomenal. His reading of the game is always phenomenal, but the stuff he's doing defensively now is just massive for us, especially if you're talking about set pieces. He's a huge contributor on set pieces now when you're talking about clearing the ball. And
I was going to say defensively, his defensive contribution and work rate has definitely gone up.
I think a lot of players are working a lot harder. I think Savinho's actually improved a lot out of possession. He was all over the place in a good way yesterday. I very much appreciated that, and we know Pep likes that out of his wingers. Crazy what just a little bit of confidence can do for this team. You saw Rico Lewis come out after the match and say, we are a different team mentally to last season. The vibe is very, very good in the dressing room right now. So again, we're very much a confidence-driven team.
So you can't do that. I want UCL and Prem. Come on. You can't say, I want that. Yeah, I get you want it, but you can't say
we want it, but yeah. I definitely want it, but I also recognize that it may not materialize, may not actually come to pass.
I wanted a PS5 for Christmas, man.
Bells, I want a big guy Vaven on my driveway. Do you know what I mean? Don't mean I'm getting it. You know what I mean? Anyway, no, I need to just come back to this because I do want to check this. And this is where people do not list it. I'm not sure they don't listen or they don't. I need to find where's that comment gone from the man. It's not calling the man out, but it's just proving the point. Where is it? Said
Which
about
one?
how many games.
Which one, Martin?
About the Kovacic in midfield. Oh yeah, he also says this. I expect. Oh no, it wasn't that one. He put some. Where was it? Oh, where was it? Man, it's been 3 years. Can't give an excuses on who.
I think you're talking about Doku.
It's been 2 years, mate, not 3. Where is it? I can't find it, and I'll find it.
Danny Tariq, what's your main concern if you see Kova in the 6? Well, what's your main concern if he does have to? Because I know people always want to look at the negative of last season, but if we're to be honest, didn't he get hurt and that's when we got into our losing spell when he was in the 6-4 last season?
Yeah, but the cracks were appearing even before he got injured. So I mean, it's a factor. I don't think it's the prime factor. Obviously, the prime factor was Rodri, but I don't know. I think the cracks were there.
I think so. In my opinion, and again, tell me I'm wrong. That's fine. I am concerned about his ability to consistently break up play. I think we get that from Rodri, and we're getting that from Nico G. I don't know that we get that from Kova. I think Kova can pick up the ball. He can bring it forward with the dribble. I'm not necessarily sold on his like forward passing, the especially like the longer passes, like breaking lines and things of that nature. Now, again, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't see that from Kova.
Can I just give you some stats? Sorry, just before you
show me why I'm wrong, because I'm okay with being wrong.
Completely into this little.
Let's do it.
About today.
All right, go ahead.
Last year, he started as a DM. Yeah, in the first 11 games. Yeah, we won 8, drew 2, lost 2 with him. Won our first 4 with him as DM. 2-0 at Chelsea, Ipswich, West Ham, Brentford. Drew against Arsenal. 1 each against Newcastle. Beat Fulham, beat Wolves, beat Southampton. Got beat by Bournemouth and Brighton. Then he went down injured, if you remember. Then he came back properly from injury. 1 each against Everton. Beat Leicester. Beat West Ham. Drew with Brentford. Beat Ipswich, where he scored. Beat Chelsea. Lost against Arsenal. He did play that. Then the next time we played was the 1-0 away win against Tottenham, which we won. Then he was basically in the centre mid for all the games leading up to the end of last season that we won.
No, I see that, but I think it's
so we do tend to win actually when he's in there.
Sure, but let's look at the opposition. This looks like it'll be the 3rd year in a row we go to Villa Park without a defensive midfielder, which is pretty incredible.
Yeah, that I agree with.
And the last 2 times we got absolutely taken apart. You cannot deny that.
Well, he played against Villa last season and we beat them 2-1.
I'm talking about the away game, though.
The away game. Yeah, we always.
And the season before that, Rodri was suspended. We got taken apart there as well.
And man, I do it on purpose. Because honestly, that is because if everyone remembers, Kovacic was getting man of the match performances at the start of last season, and he was a revelation. And then I don't know why he seemed to get wrapped into this uncle scenario.
No, I am absolutely a Kovacic truther, a Kovacic defender. But
no, I don't mean you. I just mean he was suddenly an uncle.
I was one of the very few people who wasn't vocally speaking out against blocking his transfer away, because I actually think he brings stuff to the team, just not as a lone six.
Well, I guess that's my concern, because I don't know if I guess it depends on who's playing beside him, because I don't know that Reinders is going to stay back. He tends to get forward, trying to get into the box, make those late runs. So I don't know if he's going to have that discipline to just stay there and be a part of that double pivot, because I just don't think that Kova can be a lone six. I don't really care how many matches we win or lose or won last season with him playing. I just don't think he has that in him. Now, again, I hope I'm wrong. I hope we play him and he thrives. I really do, because I want to see us win. But if you ask me if I'm concerned about it, my answer is yeah, I'm absolutely concerned about it. What is how I can't even say that dude's name, but I remember him. But why do we think he's trying to be that guy?
Many people have gone against Savinio.
I disagree. I disagree with this comment. I think he's.
I mean, if he came out with the spiky, the spiky mohawk, I'd say yeah. But
I'll be honest with you, people. This is just my opinion. I don't think people are judging Savinio on his displays anymore.
I totally agree with that.
They're judging on the summertime. They're not letting the summertime go, because all they're getting in their head is we should have took 70 mil. I'm still waiting for someone to send me a tweet or a DM or something that says Tottenham made the bid. And then the excuse is, we were told we wouldn't sell. You still make the offer. You still put the money on the table and see if you can change your mind.
I said this on Saturday. If Oscar Bob put in an identical performance to Savinio's on Saturday, people would be waxing lyrical. It was just the average Oscar Bob performance. Beat your man a couple times, create a couple chances, miss a presentable opportunity. It was no different to the average Oscar Bob game, yet the narrative between the two is totally different. Oscar Bob's going to be the next big thing and needs one goal to completely take off, and Savio's useless. I don't understand it.
Did you just say bring back Jack Rodwell? Harry, you're getting banned for that, mate. I don't care if you're a mod. You're getting banned.
You're going to lose your little spanner.
Fernando. Not even Fernandinho.
Yeah, not even Fernandinho. Not Fernandinho. Fernando.
I don't mind the octopus. Dylan, stop. Stop that. We will get battered at Villa Park without a CDM. We're fucked. Okay. Alan, are you ever positive? Just at any point, one positive comment. One positive comment, Alan. Just one. Could be anything. Because I've noticed this about the young player argument. Because, like you, great point. It's Oscar Bob. Oh, he's a young lad. Give him time. Cushion off. Young lad. Give him time. Gavardiol, that was one I heard yesterday. By the way, I don't class Gavardiol as a young lad. I class him as an experienced player now, because he's played in World Cups. He's an international. He's played in countless Champions Leagues now. Everything.
But he's still only like 23.
No, experience is your game time, not your age.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's technically young, but he's young, experienced.
Yeah. Haaland's young, but experienced. Kushnov's young, but he's not experienced because he's not played a lot of games.
Yeah, fair.
You know what it's like for me? If anyone's seen the Gordon Ramsay meme with the kids versus the adults, when Oscar Bob misses a chance, it's, oh, he's so unlucky. The goal's coming. Oh, one goal, he's going to be 10-goal, 10-assist player a season. When Savio misses it, he can't shoot. He's not good enough. He's had more than enough time to prove himself. So it just feels like double standards, like I said. I personally trust my wingers for more than a season.
Do you know what? Do you know what I get as well? I don't have a problem with someone having an agenda. I don't listen. You got an agenda. You got an agenda. You know, I've always said this, and just say you've got the agenda. Just say, you know what? He's not my cup of tea. And then at least we know where you stand. Like Alan, I know Alan cannot stand Nunes. Nunes could score 4 goals, 3 assists, do everything, and Alan would still call him a tram driver.
Nunes could score the winning goal in the Champions League final, and Alan would sit completely still.
So, and that's what I mean. So that's an agenda. And Alan goes, you know what? Yeah, I don't like him. It's an agenda. Just say it about Savinho. Or say it about Doku, whatever. I've no problem with it. Just say it. Each your own. It's all opinions. Oscar Bobby's one of our own. Savio is not. But I don't agree with that. Did you say that, Amar? And you were the one calling Phil Foden shite last season. So this one of our own only goes so far then at that point. See, told you, I've been waiting for these days because I kept so many receipts from last season. I'm like an elephant.
I just don't understand, because how can your conclusion from these last 2 games of all games be Savio's not good enough? You can say it, sure, the last year, but these 2 games have been 2 of his better games. And you're pulling it out now. It's just strange timing.
I thought he got assists in both matches, right? So
yeah,
it's kind of hard to say his end product. But again, I think it's fair to say that I would have liked to see him score the goal. Yeah, but it's also fair to say that even when he didn't score, he did create 2 assists in the last 2 matches. So I can't take all of it away just because he didn't get he didn't score the goal.
Cross.
Yeah, it was great.
See, for me, I'm just one of them of, if you're a defender, your job is to defend. Attacker, score. Winger, assist. If you get the goals, great. I'd rather the assist than score. I'm sorry, I'm old school on it.
But then you can't, and not saying that you say this, because I don't know that I've heard you say this. You can't say that and then also say, but we're too dependent on Haaland. Because if everybody else's job is to create for him, and his job is to just put him away, then it can't be, oh, we're too dependent on him. No, he's just doing his job. That's just how we've chosen to play, and he's just doing his job. It's not about being dependent. It's just like, this is how we're playing.
Tariq gets it. Tariq, I need you on Don Hussam's channel with me next Tuesday, because this is exactly what I said to a gal. Word for word, I said this. I said it's not that reliant on Ireland, it's the way we play.
Yeah.
Everyone's job is to get the ball to Haaland, not to shoot and not pass to Haaland.
I mean, shouldn't your system be built around your best player?
That just seems obvious, right? We have literally the best finisher in the world, the best scorer in the world. What are we doing? Why would we not play the ball to him? I think it's just people trying to find something to have fault.
You know what's crazy about football in 2025? We glaze Edison for his assists more than his saves. This is where I have a fucking problem. I'm sorry persuading, but I have a fucking problem with football analytics in this day and age now. We get excited over Edison's assists more than his goals. It's like you being a cleaner, I'm big up to all the cleaners out there, and you doing a chief exec's job. But the building is filthy as fuck.
True.
Do your job.
Let me ask
I think that's the... No, go ahead.
Sorry, Tariq, but would any of you change one of the wingers for this weekend?
I'd take Doku out, but I'd put Turkey on the right, Mamouche on the left. Turkey on the right, Sabino on the left.
See, I wouldn't put Savinho on the left. I think he's a lot better on the right. But
that's weird, because last year we were saying that not you, I don't know if you said it, but we were just like, he's got to be playing on the left because he was getting most of his goals and most of his assists from the left.
Well, I'd say most of his goals.
His goals are from the left. Yeah. So interesting.
No, that is interesting, that, because you're in the minority there, Danny.
I know I'm in the minority. Because people get hard on over goals and not good overall play.
So would you then, does that mean you're not playing Cherki then? Or are you just saying that you would play Cherki on the right and you keep Doku on the left?
I don't think Cherky is 60 minutes fit, 90 minutes fit. I don't think we're going to see much change from Everton. We can do it all we want. But I think that's why Cherky's only playing 5 minutes. Because if you remember, right, when he got injured, Pep said, we need to be super careful with this injury. If I rush him back too early, he's out for 4 months. So I think he's getting walked back in. I think he'll play 60 minutes against Swansea, and that's the next time he'll be starting the game.
Oh, he's had 2 weeks off and then comes an hour late. You know what I mean? Are you on Canadian time?
I'm on daddy duty time, so apologies, but I'm here.
Daddy duty. Daddy duty.
Daddy duty. Yeah, daddy duty. I'm gonna bring the energy. I didn't mean to interrupt. You guys are in full flow. So the Savinho kit turned, so everyone's aware. I respect it. I respect it.
I love that.
Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. But yeah, I'm here. DC in the build. Let's go. Let's go.
It's only because you've been winding up Hussam and I get it every Tuesday.
Me, I don't wind anybody up.
You wind up Hussam?
You're the shameless City fan.
I don't wind anybody up. I'm not shameless.
Yeah, he calls you a massive gaslighter.
Vader or Hamza? I always hear him talking about Hamza.
Vader's
big time. You hit the big time when you're getting called out. That's awesome.
I mean, wrongfully called out because
He's swapping me out for you on A-listers. Sorry.
Wait,
did you not get the memo? I'm joking.
Hey, no, Martin, no, listen. If you can go and rep, I'd be happy for it. Because again, when we talk about daddy duty timing,
he's like trying to get time off.
I'm saying that's 3:00 my time. That's like in a time where I'm juggling so much. But listen, thank you everyone in the chat. Love everybody on the panel, guys. It's been a minute. Hope you guys are all doing well. I know we all have our battles with our circle of friends and talking city, so it is what it is. But I always enjoy getting on this show and having a calmer. I mean, I don't read the chat, so I don't know how wild out or where the chat is at. But.
Oh no, you just missed the climax.
Oh, what did I miss?
Pause.
True.
What did I miss? What was the chat saying?
Oh, we were digging into fallacies about Kovacic and our win percentage with him and such and such.
I know I'm late and I don't mean to hog the microphone, but that
means you will.
Have we become miserable? Like, have we become so happy or so accustomed, I should say, to what is actually said behind me? Like, do our fan base forget or not realize that 4 in a row was impossible until it was made possible? Wow, center stage.
Sorry, I'm not.
So I think our fan base have forgotten, right? Winning one is difficult, right? There's only been a handful of clubs that have won 2 back to back. There's only been 2 in what we've been able to see, 2 that have done 3 with the treble. So yes, DC, I'm ranting right now. I don't get how we become so miserable to have made history, won 4. Obviously, to do 5 was going to be doing the impossible again, right? We did the impossible once for 4. To do the impossible again for 5, like, our fan base has become so miserable to think that when we fall short, that there's something incredibly wrong with the manager, with the club, or with the players that have been picked up. I get it. We can't keep the same level of going out and getting David Silvas and Yaya Toures and Agueros every season. We can't be doing that. We're going to have the ups and downs. And I just find it wild when we don't have a fan base that are okay to have the downs a little bit. Like, this is a down season, and look how close we are to who are supposed to be doing it.
Sorry, you said this is a down. I agree with you that last season was a down season, but I'm not prepared to accept the fact that at this point in the season, what are we 8-9 games in?
8 games in, yeah.
8 games in, that it's going to necessarily be a bad season this season. I don't think we should just accept that. I think we should be, and I'm not saying that you are saying we should accept it, but I agree that we are overly reactionary at
I've
times.
totally messed this up once. I have totally messed it up.
It's all
I
good.
wasn't
Martin and technology.
That's the unk, and you told him you
Right,
said
there
it
we
was
go.
58 today. So
that is me having a major brain fart on technology. Danny's looking all confused, like, what is his granddad doing?
when you turn 58, you got to call your grandkids in to change the remote on the VCR
Oh,
the
wow.
VCR for you. So it's
Wow.
okay, man. I get it.
Just wowing it. There's no need for that.
That was unnecessary violence.
But I just don't think that it's fair to say that, hey, we should, or I don't think it's okay that we should just accept not being good this season.
No, I
will accept that, hey, it's not as bad as some people have probably made it out to be, but I'm definitely not prepared to be like, oh, it's just it's not gonna be a good season already.
I'm with you, Tariq. I'm in the same boat, but where I lose it a little bit is if we've acquired new players, right? And if we've had players that are coming off injury, why is the reaction not looking at the player and manager having some errors, having some mistakes, and fixing it? Like, there's so much, they made the mistake, like there's so much reaction to a mistake being done in one game, and then it's going to be exponentially applied to all the future games. Like, I was listening before I was able to join, even the reaction with regards to Doku. Like, yes, he didn't have the game like the form before, but are you then going to look at this game that he had? And again, I think matchup-wise, defensively, they did a good job. Like, they did a good job. He was up against a defender that I think could match his pace, and I think got away with a few physical pulls that the ref let go.
Quite a few,
right?
Yes.
Quite a few to be discreet about it. But we as fans are going to ignore some of the calls that the ref didn't make, where we think he was actually having an advantage, and then say Doku was crap. Doku's reverted back to form. Like, this is where it's kind of like, let's calm the heck down.
Factory settings is the word I got today.
Factory settings, yeah, that's a great line, actually. That's a great line. But it's like reactions like those. And why do we react that way to Doku and then not do the same thing for Bernardo Silva? Why didn't we say Bernardo's now going to kick off and score every game? And sorry. Oh.
Go ahead, finish what you were saying.
Good evening. Welcome to the Mancunian Way. My name's Danny. I'm your host.
Well, I'm going to shut this camera out.
This is a blooper reel. We need to clip this up.
This is what you get when you get a bunch of North Americans on here. We don't know.
Have I been hacked? Someone hacked me. Why do I like him 3 foot short?
You're flustered.
What's going on here?
Well, you're only 2 feet taller than that, Martin.
Martin, you need an American timeout. Like, our sports up here, we have timeouts. You need an American timeout right now. You got to get sorted.
What is going on here? No wonder we dropped 20 viewers. 20 viewers have gone because they're like, what the fuck is that?
We just need somebody to go down and stop the play for a minute.
Crazy. Yeah. Someone needs to, like, say they got a head injury.
Yeah, just go down, holding your head, roll around the floor a little bit.
Give
him a break.
But I want to go the other way, because the reason why I say there's so much of a meltdown and we become so miserable is because we take the negatives and we apply those to upcoming games, which the players are going to remain in this form. They're going to remain making mistakes. They're always going to have these bozo moments. But then when we look at moments of brilliance, and if we want really looking at Bernardo's game, I was like, I see why Pep trusts him. Now, Tariq, I think you said we can't rely on him playing game after game like we used to, right? He's not that player anymore because he's aged.
Bernardo,
but but why isn't the fan base saying, okay, that's going to be Bernardo every time he plays every 4 games? Like, we're just so inconsistent, but we're so consistent to be negative. And I don't get it. I said this, I think, a couple shows ago, and it's becoming more and more apparent every time. You're on mute, Martin, if you're talking. But there are the 9320s, and then there are the others. I keep seeing a portion of the fan base online that would have been the ones walking out the stadium before the Aguero moment.
Absolutely.
I see the reaction all the time. The way they react to some of these things, I'm like, oh, if this was done in real, like if we went back in time and we were all sitting together in the stadium, I know exactly who would have left and walked out early. Because I see that reaction online all the time. And I don't know how it's not part of the DNA. I don't know how we just give the benefit of the doubt to these players and manager. Sorry, Martin, you're still on mute.
Martin's still on mute, but you said something about 2 people.
Martin's having a howler. Did I do? Maybe I need to leave. Maybe it's because I joined.
Now you're good now. You're good now.
Honestly, everything was fine at my end. No,
it was fine until I think I messed things up.
It's
my fault.
Around with all them things.
He keeps buffering. I keep seeing a little loading.
It's my fault.
I was a person who stayed in the 99 Wembley. But by the way, I spoke to 2 people, I will not name them. Ed, you were in the space, who went to sleep when they saw the lineup yesterday. Because they said they don't want to watch that team.
Well,
so
narrows it down based on the time zone.
Don't use the time zone as an excuse. Do not even try and get out that.
Danny's a good friend. Danny's a good friend.
Yes.
I saw the lineup. Ed, am I lying?
No.
I will not name them, but they both said, I will. I saw the lineup. I went back to sleep.
Jokers.
Which I think is a drastic overreaction, right? I think it's fair to feel some kind of way, because I'll be honest, I hold my hand up and say I felt some kind of way about the lineup. I wasn't necessarily happy about it. I thought we could do better, and I thought at the moment, I thought Pep was maybe downplaying the opposition, because I feel like, I don't want to say it's a must-win game from the standpoint the season's over, but I felt like for us last season in the Champions League, we didn't have the outcome that we were hoping for. We wanted to be in that top 8. We didn't want to have to play those extra matches, the playoff matches or whatever, right? And so we saw that how it affected our Champions League campaign. So coming into this season, I want us to be better. I want us to learn from the mistakes of the past and do so. So hold my hands up and say, when I saw the lineup, I thought Pep had dropped the howler, but that's why Pep's the manager, and I just sit on here and pretend to talk about it on YouTube. So, whatever. But
it tends to change.
I was going to say,
Big up Fogger with the 10 gifted. Big up, mate. You sir are a superstar. I hope you had a lovely time in Turkey. I hope your hair and your teeth and everything looks fantastic. But yeah, big up, mate. Thank you so much.
Teeth too.
I'm a legend. And Alan with the $5 Australian. Thank you. Happy 6-1 day.
That's fair. So Tariq, I hear your point in terms of, okay, you see the starting 11 and you have your doubts. You're like, well,
but I'm never gonna be like, I'm not gonna watch, or I'm going to sleep.
Exactly.
That's like insane. That's crazy.
Wild. That's wild to me, because again, I have similar reactions when I do see the lineup. I'm like, wow, Pep chose to put so much quality, what we as Americans would say, first teamers, right? Or the starters. He left those players on the bench. But then that's got me trying to think like the manager, being like, well, he's trying to build some confidence in these players, or he's trying to see whether he can trust these players, because again, we've got week 38 to deal with. We got many more games to deal with, and we can't keep playing the same 11 or 12 throughout this entire season. So
Thank you, mate. Great part. I'm just going to jump in there. Sorry, just because while you're cooking on that, I do apologise. But the one thing I do want to say is that's exactly what I said yesterday, because these are the same people who say you can't play these players for 70 games. Yeah. And then when Pep makes changes, they're moaning about the changes.
Yeah.
But then when he plays the same players, you're going to get him injured.
Yeah. So Pep, let's just put it on the table. Pep got it right. We got the 2-0, and what matters is the victory. The results is what matters.
He knows what he's doing, Tariq.
Exactly. But what I will say, if I'm going to play devil's advocate again, because this is what I'm doing today, Swansea's right there. That match against Swansea in the EFL Cup is just like one more match. Yeah. We got to play one more match, and then it's right there. So it's like he could have. So
no, I'm going to challenge you on that. That's for Mikasa. That's for Mikado.
But those players aren't going to be able to play with all the players that we have coming back. Now we're losing some more, but with everybody, when everybody is fit, you might get one or two of those guys in the squad. But I don't think you're going to have that number again. I could be wrong.
Question. So all of you.
But again, I will. Pep got it right.
So can you hear me again?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, we got you.
Right,
We
this
got
is
you.
our bench yesterday. And this is the question. I think Louis answered this. Ed, you can start with this. When was the last time we had a bench this strong? Ake, 8-0, Bettinelli, Bob, Cherky, Foden, Kovacic, Mamouche, O'Reilly, Reinders, Trafford.
I'm going to intercept this one because I remember tweeting when the lineup came out. I remember tweeting, this is the strongest bench we've had since lockdown. Back when we could literally field 2 starting 11s. Back
Well,
in
I said last season, but people were telling me trebles and all. So, yeah. That bench, we've not had that bench in a long time.
Yeah. Sorry, Ed.
Go on,
Sorry, he threw that too.
I was going to say, you could have said the start of last season before we had all those injuries. You could have said at that point in time because people were looking at that bench and was thinking, we were happy with that bench at the start of last season. And then I would have gone to the trouble season because we just had a crazy squad during the trouble season. And Pep even talked about it too, right? He talked about how, the flexibility it does give him with the players we do have on, because now we're not looking on a bench of youngsters or, the first person off the bench doesn't have to be, no offense, a Rico Lewis. It can be a Marmouche. It can be a Cherky. It can be a Foden if we have somebody else in for him. It can be a Reinders if somebody else is at the 8. So I think it really does give Pep confidence to make changes and maybe can, spark us when we are losing that energy in the game.
Yeah. I think there's going to be so much trust that we as fans need to also obviously give these players when we do see the starting 11. Like, I know we're all going to chime in and give our comments and things like that, but if we're going to want players to actually relieve, right, or alleviate some of the main guys, they're going to have to gain some confidence somewhere. And I think Pep does look at the fixtures coming up, and yeah, he probably puts a dot in a few and saying, you know what, I can take, quote unquote, a chance here based off of how they play, matchups, all this. I can take my chances here, and then moving forward, when things escalate and get so much more important, now I'm dealing with that short group like we saw in the trouble season where the rotation was almost didn't happen, right? We knew pretty much who was playing because he had that box midfield, and he's like, this is what we're doing to close this season out. So, man, we'll see. But my whole theme is I've been seeing way too many miserable City fans, and I'm like, how are we this miserable?
No, and I totally agree with you there, because I'll just go back to the league in isolation. I don't think we realize how hard it is to defend a league title. Let's go back to a few of them. We can look at Liverpool this season. Liverpool look like they've totally imploded in the league.
Oh no, they're back. No, they're back.
Apparently they're back.
Tonight, they're back.
I'll give you a quick timeline. The last time United won the league title was in 2013. Ferguson walked. They brought in Moyes. Moyes didn't last the season. They finished 7th. Wow, what a defense of the title. Then Chelsea won it, 14-15. They finished 10th the following year, sacked Mourinho in December.
Yeah.
Liverpool won the league in 1920, had one ACL to Van Dijk, and then lost 6 in a row at Anfield at some point in the second half of that season. We won the league in 2021, and since then, we've not retained it once, we've not retained it twice, we retained it 3 times. We don't know how lucky we are. This team deserves trust because we've shown time and time again that after a down year, we've been able to bounce back.
Yeah.
So I do still have PTSD in the big games. I'm still concerned about Sunday, but I know what this team is capable of.
Well, all right, then let's move on to that. By the way, does everyone think we're going to qualify now? 7 out of 9.
Qualify for the group, like the group stage?
Yeah.
I'm feeling confident, but again, maybe some have PTSD because we kind of looked good early in the Champions League, and then things kind of fell to the wayside. But I think the players, I think the club, I think Pep, they know this format. They figured out what the mistakes were last season, and yeah, I think we'll be fine for the group stage.
Okay. Right. I just wanted to just double check or something.
when you
Brighton
asked
Hove.
that question, were you asking about like being in that top 8?
Yes, in the top 8. Yeah, do you think we'll? I think we will.
Oh, top
I don't
8.
know that I don't think that's wrapped up because we still have Real Madrid who are in 5th. We still have Borussia
Yeah.
Dortmund who are in
Frimpong's out
6th.
for a few weeks again.
Oh, really? Yeah.
He had a muscle injury.
I
And
don't
he's
think that's going to
He's
affect him.
actually got a groin injury.
Well, now Klopp, not Klopp. Now Slot can play his best striker and his best right back. So he's being forced into making the right decision.
I see what you did there, Danny. I like that.
Right. I mean, personally, I think City will finish in the top 8 quite easily.
I think so too.
Quite
I
easily.
think the only game I think we'll lose is probably the one on my birthday, Madrid away.
December 10th.
Thankfully, I'm away for that, so what it is. Went for a little birthday fun in Prague. So
Again,
yes,
again, you were in Prague last year, weren't you?
yes, you enjoy it. You got to run it back. Got to run it back. And no, I'm not going for them. So I'm going with my other half. Going for my 43rd birthday. Anyway, see, I'm nowhere near 58. I'm 15 years off 58.
So is 43 a real thing? Or is that
Yes. 10th of December 1982 is when my mum was born.
Nice.
Big ups.
Nice.
I'm just doxing myself here, by the way. So that's God. But anyway, yeah, Prague is a beautiful place. Anyway, so I think we'll finish in the top 8, but brings me on to Villa because I'm not sure there will be a stateside next week because I'm in Swansea. And I'm not going to be back till 5 a.m. So
that's a proper nostalgic ground. They haven't been in the league in ages.
Yeah, but it's not quite the Vetchfield.
No,
But it's not quite the Vetchfield, but it is what it is. You've got some are wondering what the frigging Vetchfield is now. That was Swansea's proper old ground. So we may do it earlier in the week or later on in the week. I'll have a chat with the lads. We'll see. We'll sort something out. But yeah, to Villa next week on Sunday. I was having a chat. Big up, man. Me and Amos were on the Villa Forever podcast early. Did a lovely preview with the really nice gentleman. But I've got to say, it's like the battle of the informed teams because Villa are on 5 in a row. Now they've got a tough game tomorrow. They're away in Europe. So they've got a lot of travelling. They're now going to experience what we had with the Arsenal game when they played Thursday, and then they're going to play 12:30 Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, I think it's going to be. But I know we've lost our last 3 there. Danny, you are spot on. Our recent history there has not been good, and every time we've gone there, we've had no midfield for some weird reason. Every time we rock up to Anfield Villa Park now, we go midfieldless.
Mm-hmm.
But I fancy us. I fancy us continue this 10-game unbeaten run. Because again, you know what it is to me? It's the guy in the sticks and it's the guy at the other end.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I'm certainly more confident going there than I was the last couple of years because, first of all, I think we have a better product on the pitch.
Yeah, sorry, 2 o'clock. Just what I said, 2:30, 2 o'clock.
Second of all, I think we have a better product up here. I think we're a lot more street smart. I think we'll play a lot more wisely and play more suited to the game when we go there. But it will be a very difficult game. They are in screaming hot form, like you've said. About a month ago, I looked at this Villa game and I'm like, wow, we're not going to be playing a very good team. But they're getting players back from injury. They're scoring goals now. They went ages without even scoring a goal. And they've cost us.
That's true. What LB98 says here. Villa should have been 2 or 3 down.
True, but you could say that for a lot of our opponents this season. We've notoriously not been super clinical outside of Haaland. So against a team as good as Villa going forward, we have to be mindful of that.
The 1-5 on the bounce, LB. That's right.
They are in screaming hot form.
The 1-5 on the bounce in all comps.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
Ed, where are you at for Villa Park? Are you worried? Concerned? Look, I've got King of the Plastics calling me plastic. That's weird.
I mean, I'm a little bit before the Nico G injury. I wasn't worried at all. Now with the Nico G injury, I'm like 60-65% confident. Just because I just don't know how the setup will be, what it would look like if he is out. So, I don't want to get too ahead of myself. But I feel like the team is in a good place. Really, honestly, I feel like, we have the best striker in the world who's in form right now. We're creating a lot of chances at the same time. I think, Phil Foden is getting back to his
Yep.
best. I wouldn't say he's had great games, but he's had good games. And I feel like our backline and goalkeeper are, it might sound crazy to say, is kind of our strong suit right now, which I have a lot more confidence in. So, and I know Villa has won 5 games on the bounce, but they haven't looked crazy good either. They've been getting over the line, and that's good for them. But I wouldn't say they've been amazing either. So, I think it's more about how we set up our team and the way we try to approach the game with Kovacic or whoever is in that 6th role.
Yeah.
Good point. What are you saying, Tariq?
Yeah, I think to Ed's point, without knowing how we are going to set up who's actually going to be available or not, it's hard to say. But again, I like to think that I know we have enough to go get the win. It's just a question of, do we go there? Do we handle our business? Are we clinical? Do we make mistakes or whatever, right? So there's always the chance that we don't pull it off, but I'm always going to say that I think we have enough to go get a win. So if you ask me for a score prediction, I'd probably say, I mean, we've been keeping a lot of clean sheets lately, so I feel bad not saying we're going to keep another clean sheet, but I'd probably say 2-1.
Yeah. What would you bring? Because this is what we're going to talk about tomorrow night more. With the squad we've got now, it's quite deep. You've got Foden back. You've got to bring Foden in, potential Randers in, Cherky and Mamouche in. Pep's now going to have a new headache in a way, but it's a good headache now. Because now he's going to go in. Because I think for the last few weeks, he's had this, well, I've kind of got to go with what I've got. Now he's got options.
Mm-hmm.
Now's the time where some people are going to have to sit on the bench now.
Yeah. No, it's a great problem to have. If you have your, I mean, you say it all the time when you have to decide on what car to take out to drive, right? You got so many luxury vehicles to choose from. But Pep having to decide on, is this a game that makes more sense for Marmouche on the wing or Doku? If he's got to make the decision on, do I want to have Foden central or do I want to put him out wide to maybe have an advantage? Like, it is all great, and I think it also allows him to be, or to make sure that the players are a lot more accountable as well, because every player's got to show up if they want to start. But I like the problem with regards to, let's say, for whatever reason, the starting 11 that he chooses doesn't work out well, right? And he now has those options on the bench to be like, you know what, 50 minutes into the game, 55, this is what I'm changing out. This is the advantage we have. Or the team, we're prepared to deal with this, and now I'm giving you another wrinkle, and you've got to. I'm happy, but like Ed, like Tariq, and I think Danny mentioned it. It's going to be interesting to see how Pep sets up with no true 6, right? I know Kova's given us some coverage, but Gonzalez was looking really nice. How does he compensate? What will he do with Kova, or how does he partner him up, and what does that mean for our midfield? At the end of the day, though, we should be expected to win this game, and even if it's an ugly 2-1. And the reason why I say expected to win this game is because the momentum I feel we have. I know they've won their games on the bounce as well, but I think the momentum that we have and the inevitable, undeniable juggernaut that is Haaland right now. I think he's the problem that I think they will have an issue dealing with, and if they overcompensate to try to stop him, that's when I think Pep shows his brilliance and we exploit with other weapons that we have. So, yeah, I'm predicting a win for us as well.
I'm going to be conservative. I'm going to say 1-1, but all you need is the ball to fall to Haaland twice. turns
Yeah.
into a 2-1 win. So
I don't care how it looks on the pitch.
Mm.
I just want to rack up points. Give me 3
Yeah.
points. I don't really care what it looks like. So to go all the way back to the beginning of this show, in this episode, if we score 2 set pieces, 2 headers off corners or whatever, I don't care.
couldn't care less. Could not care less.
I don't care how we score them. Just put them in the back of the
No
net.
one's expecting 5-0 at half time and get out of town and all that.
No.
No, I don't expect that.
Just
I'll
before
take it.
our messages
We haven't done
reach,
that in a
that's
long
what
time.
it is. You know, we're not 5-0 up at half time.
I don't think
If Haaland converted those 3 chances he had the other night for his hat trick, we would have been 5, but he didn't.
Sure.
So
at halftime, I don't think we're that club just yet. I think
I
we
don't
could-
either.
Yeah, I think we can get there because I'll be honest with you guys. Martin knows this. We haven't matched up yet for EAFC 26, but
No, she keep dodging me.
oh my goodness.
I thought I
Other way
saw.
around.
I thought I
It's
saw
the other way
this.
around, Martin.
I thought I saw you guys playing somewhere.
No, that was just a recap of when we played. The last time.
Have
we
you
played.
noticed? He
Oh.
recapped it. He didn't tag me in it. Have you noticed that? He hasn't done that. Because I've
Why
noticed he shared
I
it
didn't
out
want
with
you to get inundated with all of the Martin. Can you what? How did you let this happen? So I kind of saved you from that. But it was just because not Martin. Others were being like, "What's this about you ducking Martin? Like, what? Who's telling you that I'm ducking him?" So I didn't at you for that reason because someone is saying that I'm ducking you, and I don't know where it's coming from. But I'm really giddy with the fact that we do have Marmoush and Shirky back. Like, I know they've been really brief cameos, but Marmoush obviously joined us last season. Him understanding what Pep asks of him and how he can have his impact on the game. His brilliant goal of the season last year. Like, we know that he's got that confidence. In a shorter amount of time, just being signed this summer, you can see that confidence in Shirky. Like, it radiates. Like, he you know what I mean? He knows what he's capable of, and he obviously clearly looks, because in his brief cameos, he's always looking for Haaland as well. So I like that we got, yes, they may not start, but Pep doesn't seem to hesitate to want to bring them in and have them have an impact in the game, and I like those options as weapons. So yeah, we should be winning these games. May not pretty, as we get our our foot on the ground and everyone gets up to speed, because this injury held them back a little bit. But we have the quality to continue this run.
But Martin, to his point about Marmoush coming back, I think that is why, like, somebody like Mikasa may not play as much in the Swansea game, because Marmoush really hasn't had a chance to play. I don't anticipate him playing at Villa, but I could see him being resting Haaland and him being the starting striker in that match against Swansea. So that takes Mikasa off the board as far as, get him to start. Now, he might come in off the bench or something like that. He might be in the squad, but I just don't know if he'll play.
Can I chime in on this one? So again, if we were all managers, right, I would want to play, quote unquote, like Tariq just mentioned. I wouldn't want to start Haaland. I'd want to start Marmoush, but I would want all the instructions to be, let's be relentless. Let's murder this for the first 20 minutes. Let's do what we,
Can you
early
say murder
days
on YouTube?
Oh,
I'm just kidding, man. My bad.
Let's do even Mancini, Pellegrini, and obviously Pep. Let's blitz them offensively for that first 15, 20 minutes, right? I know it's Swansea. I'm not going to be disrespectful, but if we go three goals, 4 goals, and we're just okay, Marmoush, you're off. Youngsters who need to get that playing time. Now you're on. That would be my approach. I don't know if you guys would be different, if you would maybe start with the youth or start with the development, and if the game doesn't look to be going the way we want, bring on the heavy hitters. But I would want to just go after them. First 15, 20, get that score up, and then let's bring the subs on for those guys to get that experience. I don't know. How would you guys approach
for me, I think that game is more prioritizing getting players back to fitness. Players who it's like, oh yeah, he exists. Forgot about him. I'd play him. I'd play Nouri, I'd play Marmoush, Cherokee, like you've said. That's the game for them. I think that should be Kovacic's sort of, for me, it would have been Kovacic's induction back into like getting more consistent minutes.
Okay.
But unfortunately, I think that's going to be Villa. But if you can fit youth in to fill in the gaps, I'm sure. But for me, you're at a stage in the season where the squad's so big that that's more of a get minutes up for other players kind of game. But I get where you're coming from. I hope we can sort of bury him and then get youngsters on, but I'm not sure.
Will Nico O'Reilly be back for Villa?
Well, he was on the bench against Villarreal, wasn't he?
Yeah. He might be one of those to be cautious and not. Yeah, I don't know. It's I'm not really too concerned. He's been playing so well where if Pep was like, let me give you another game to not play and get healthy, because it looks like Pep trusts this guy. Like looks like I
think this would be a great test for O'Reilly because he's played a lot of difficult games, but not a lot of difficult away games. You know, Arsenal's one of them, but this is like a proper cauldron atmosphere.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like adverse atmosphere where the home fans for Villa are going to proper lay into him. And it might be one of the highest pressure games in his career. Obviously, he played the FA Cup final, but he's not really played one of these high leverage away games yet. He played at Old Trafford, but we know how quiet that is. So
fair.
I think this is the next step for him. So hopefully he is fit. Hopefully we get to see him on Sunday. But if not, I trust Vardy to do the job. Why wouldn't I?
Sorry, I don't mean to switch gears so quickly. I know we're talking about the upcoming game, but what did you guys think of the fourth kit?
No comment.
It was okay.
I hated it, and then it was one of those where the player wears it. And I think it looks gorgeous.
No,
I was going to say, I said from the beginning that I liked it. I thought it was fine. I didn't have any issues with it. It is much better than the raindrop kit. And I think Martin told me that the raindrop kit was better. I don't know who it was. But definitely, you know, I'd say I liked it. I didn't have any issues with it. I thought it was just perfectly fine.
Yeah, same. I actually liked it on screen, seeing the players with it on. It looked good to me. So I
liked it enough to think, you know what, maybe I should get that. I have never seen the rain kit and thought, oh, I should get that.
I saw it in store and I'm like, nah. I did pass on it. It just.
Come to think of it, I can't remember like the last dark colored kit we've had that's been god awful. I think the one I could think of is the one where it said Man City across the chest. That was awful, but. Yeah. Usually, like our kit providers have given us good dark colored kits, and this was another one.
I'm intrigued to see Rodgers because I always like to see former players. I do. I like to see former players play against us.
Oh, don't you think they have some incentive to kind of show out against us?
He showed out last season against us.
That's what I'm saying. I don't like playing former players because I always feel like they're gonna do something that's gonna make me be like, dang it.
I agree.
I guess we'll say Swansea. I'm going to be honest. I would go with the majority of the youngsters again. I think there will be a mixture of first teamers. I didn't Tariq's like maybe a Mamouche, maybe I think Cherokee will be better. We'll I think it depends who starts on Sunday, but I still expect to see Macassar. I expect to see probably the Heskey brothers, Ryan Mikado maybe.
Yeah, subbed on.
No, I wouldn't mind starting some of them. Trafford will start. I think Trafford will start Swansea.
Oh, Trafford, of course. That's not a surprise.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have a problem with Oscar Bob starting. Rico Lewis again, that sort of thing. Going similar to what he did. Calvin Phillips, even maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's a big one.
You're going too far now.
I was going to say, you were doing just fine. We were all with you. We believed in you.
He's on 150 grand a week, Tariq. He's got to earn his damn money somehow.
Yeah, he's a great training partner. Like,
at the
that's
minute,
where he's showing his
he's
value.
A boot cleaner. I want a job where they got 150k a week for boot cleaning.
Yeah, I'm not gonna kill him because at the end of the day, I think he seems like a really nice guy.
He's a nice
That's what I'm saying. He seems like a nice guy. But I mean, I'm not. I don't want him to play. I don't want him on the pitch. I just don't want to, kill a guy because I think he's a nice guy.
Nice guy. Why? Have you all been out to eat with him?
No, and that's why I said he seems like. That's why I said he seems like. He's always got a smile on his face.
Yeah. When you see him on City Extra and some of the,
not the scumbag.
He might.
City
might.
Plus, yeah.
And I'm
Sorry.
saying, Matt, by the way, anyone who's watching, I am not calling Calvin Phillips scumbag. Don't unfollow.
Oh
him.
no, that's what we heard. That's what
I was
we
gonna say
heard.
that's too late. Well, you can't fix it and clean it up now. We all heard it out of your mouth.
No, do you know what gets me? No one talks about his footballing ability. They go straight to nice
Because we don't
guy,
want to see his footballing
style.
ability. We don't want to see him play. We want him to stay on the sideline because I mean, again, no disrespect. We just don't want him to play.
Yeah, so you're taking the piss. Start betting LA. What you doing?
Sorry.
Is Ortega ever going to get a game?
No.
Sorry, Alan's just tried to call me midstream, and he's put in my WhatsApp. Get your haircut. Nico G out till international break. Not lying. Nico G out till international break. Ask Martin.
Okay, then, Alan. How do you know that? And don't say Elliot, because Elliot doesn't know. So just tell me, Alan, how do you know he's out to international break?
Right. Alan might have an insider. We
He
don't
doesn't. He gets his news off me, mate. And it's our
Nah. He knows more. He knows other people other than you, Martin.
He
No,
got
he
it from the Trafford family.
No, he doesn't. Alan knows diddly squat. You told me, see? No one didn't.
Sir Alan.
But yeah, no. I'm really looking forward to this week. I think it's going to be a good week of football. Villa going to be tough. I don't agree. Elliot said we shouldn't have sold Morgan Rogers. Even Morgan Rogers said he wasn't ready to stay at Manchester. He went to. He didn't go to Villa. He didn't do a Parma and go straight to Chelsea. He went to Wrexham and Blackpool, didn't he? Blackpool. I'm sure Wrexham was in there. He played against. I always remember the game against Girona.
Middlesbrough and Bournemouth.
Middlesbrough, yeah. I knew it was.
Yeah.
But he said himself he wasn't ready. But he wasn't ready. Morgan Rogers was not City material.
We've got a lot of those players that, like, the fan base will be like, "Oh, we should have kept. We should have kept." It's incredibly difficult, and we can't put everybody on loan. So,
yeah, it might be Buddy. Morgan would have been a better speedboat. Oh, Jesus. We get you're not a Doku fan. We get it. Come on, yeah, share it out. Come on, Ed. Get that Savinio. Show Briggs here. Briggs, you don't like Savinio now.
No, man, I think you gotta give players chances, man. I was listening to some other channels talk about, their targets for some of these players, man. We gotta talk about realistic targets. We gotta maybe over the next international break, Martin, we can actually do our targets and do like maybe try to bring it back down to earth a little bit. Some people got to score in like 150 goals this season, and that's not happening.
Yeah. Oh, say that again. What was that, Governor? Nice and loud. Savinio looked like he was wearing a smoking jacket with his man of the match. Didn't play that bad.
On players, man. You can't give up on players. And again, this is his second year with us. This is as a fan base how we're so inconsistent, right? Like, we know the first year you got your ups and downs. This is his second year. Like, let's give this guy some time. Week 8.
Vader, how about this, Vader? Give me your target for GA for Savinho and Doku.
No,
be good for you.
See, no, but here's the thing, and Ed, I'm quick to always avoid answering that because I'll watch the game and I'll see the attacking opportunities, or I'll see Savinho do, like, even this last game, I'll see him with the nice footwork, get inside the box, square it, and maybe square it, and that gets squared to someone else, right? In this case, he got an assist, but this is why I'll watch the game and I'll see, okay, are you attacking? Are you actually, again, because this is something that would infuriate Pep, are you also tracking back and putting in a shift defensively? Right? So I look at the whole combination. I'm not just, oh, did you score today? Did you assist today? And if I'm gonna be adamant about delivering on anything, it would be on the assist side. Because I want every player, and I don't just mean my wingers, I also mean my midfielders. I want everybody looking for Haaland first. I'm not kidding you guys. If we went through this season and it remained Haaland scoring everyone and everybody had one or two, I'm calm with it. he is so proficient as a goal scorer. By default, it's like, where is he? Let's get him the ball. So if my wingers have no goals and a lot of assists amongst the pair, amongst the group, calm all day. And I'm Canadian, so I also watch this game called NHL hockey on occasion.
You're Canadian. Get out the panel then.
Oh, wow. All right, I'm out of here in 2 minutes. But when it comes down to stat tracking as well, in terms of what's recognized within that game, there's the pass before
assist.
Yeah, exactly. Because there is importance in that. We saw David Silva orchestrate all the time, and he'd be the pass before the pass that resulted in the goal. So
No, but Briggsy, why is the expectation player of the season?
Yeah, why is it player of the season he's got to get?
See, this is an agenda.
That's a wind up. No,
you can't say if he gets the best player of the season, then I'll say that doesn't make him a shit player. We don't get player of the season.
Briggs, come on, Briggsy.
I love that.
Come on, Briggsy.
Exactly. You've got to. I know Briggsy is one who's hurt over the summer. I know he is.
Come on, Briggs. Back you guys.
No, but I kind of agree. I mean, I'd be remiss if I didn't. I'd be remiss if I didn't criticize the finishing. I think the finishing needs to improve. But I think just judging him off of assists is a bit of a it's a bit of a fallacy, because think of when KDB tied the assist record about 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
He got the stat sheet will say 20 assists, but there's this compilation that floats around Twitter every other month of Sterling and Jesus firing presentable chances wide. So while he has 20 assists, he could have had 35 or 40 of them if every chance got in. So judging based on assists is a bit shallow, in my opinion.
What do you think it's? No, I will give Briggs a credit. I know you got to jump. We're going to end in 1 minute, man. I promise. With Briggs,
Fabio, that is harsh.
No, yeah, but with Briggs, I know it's an agenda, and Briggsy will admit it's an agenda. Like I said earlier on, I've no problem. Like Alan, he's got an agenda on certain players. Fine, that's their opinion. They're entitled to it. Do I agree? No. Do I think it's harsh as fuck? Yes. It's their opinion, though. But I have more respect for people who are honest than go round the houses trying to make it not an agenda, but you know it's an agenda. You know I'm just, but Pep, you know like all the Pep stuff last season.
Yeah.
Instead of just saying, you know what, I want him gone, we danced around the houses with some people for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And then eventually we got to, I just want a new manager.
I tell you that the Pep stuff has been quiet for a couple months now. I wonder why that is.
I'm not Chatley.
Curtis, DeMarcus Beasley is a hometown hero and a local legend. I will not tolerate any slander, and I know you're trying to slander Savio by making that statement, but we will not do that.
Wow.
We will.
Oh, here we go.
Rick's gone. He's gone to get it, and there it is.
We will not do that. That is not accepted on a U.S. stream. Stateside Blues. This man is an American. We will not tolerate any disrespect. Come on now.
That's great.
I tell you, man, where can you get this entertainment at other than the Americans on making it away? Even though Martin doesn't want to play much sometimes.
Anyway, right, we're going to wrap it up there. Big up to everyone. Listen, I know everyone else, listen, this channel, this community, we have a laugh as well. It's not always about the numbers. It's about the community, the funness, everything that gets involved. Yes, we're a bit more happy clapping than some. You know why? Because we just want to be.
I don't know if we did a good job of that today.
Well, you didn't. You didn't.
Oh, my bad.
You ruined it. The Marcus Beasley prop. Because he was shit.
In the world as well.
Right. Danny, anything coming up, mate? I know you don't. Anything coming up at LB's?
Post-match after Villa, we will be there. Aside from that, same old, same old. You look like you're about to say something about that, Martin.
No. I'm actually not. No. I'm not saying. I was going to. Tariq, have you got anything? By the way, big up to your show last night.
Appreciate that.
shouted at for not going on.
You got shouted at for not coming
Yeah,
on by who?
Louis said, Martin, you're a disgrace. You didn't go on.
Oh,
Wow.
hey, so big ups to you for the raid and for everybody that came over. Because again, first show, doing that. So it was. I appreciate everybody that came over that showed me love. People that I knew from here, other streams as well. Much appreciated, Louis. So the premise behind the show is to be able to give people a chance to these kinds of thoughts, comments, whatever that we bring out on this show. They have them themselves. And so I wanted to create a space for people to come on and be able to do that. And so Louis was the brave soul to jump on camera and just chop it up with me yesterday. So appreciate that. But yeah, so
have you got a show in 5 minutes or are you
Me?
on it? Yeah.
No, I don't have anything in 5 minutes. I actually had to
No, 'cause
jump on something.
you are live, in fact. No, that's tomorrow. Ignore me. I think you're
Oh
doing
yeah. I'm live tomorrow with Shades of Blue, which again,
Yeah.
my show bros jumped on with me as well. But yeah, I'm starting to do some stuff kind of on my own or in addition to all the other stuff that I'm doing. So yesterday was the first time. Appreciate everybody that subbed to the channel, that joined. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Big up, Ed. Big up, mate, coming on. Thank you for co-hosting the last City Mancunian Way hosted space that happened last night. We ended up talking Marvel and all sorts. That was quite fun.
Tell you,
I will still join space. I'm just not going to host them. They are going to be fully on here now, Mancunian Way After Dark. So I think Danny Ellie and Ed are going to come and co-host some, and then we'll bring people on. But Magnus, everyone more than welcome to come on. We'll have a chat. It'll be a bit more sensible, but a bit more relaxed. We'll do it on YouTube. Last one went down a storm. Everyone's welcome. So big up, Ed. Thank you.
Nah, big up the channel, big up the chat, man. Danny, Tariq, Vader, always good talking to you guys. Tariq definitely got to catch an episode, man, for sure. Is that the right link in the chat, or is that the other?
So that one is to Shades of Blue. That one's to what I do with my show bros. If you like, for me, it's probably just at Tarek Peterson, TARIKPTERSON.
I will stick a link in.
Yeah, it'll just take you to my show. Again, I'm starting it out with just doing what I'm calling Talk Back Tuesdays. So again, anybody that wants to just jump on camera, you don't have to. You can just do it in the chat like you're doing here. But I want to give space. My first time ever seeing Louis in person, right? To see what he looked like and put a name and a face together. So that's an option for folks. I'll send you the info. Anybody is welcome to come on. So, Danny, I'll send it to you as well.
Governor's already said Blues Down Under's better than Stateside. That was of Governor, not me.
Well, it's not a competition. Come on.
Oh, it is with the Aussie lads. Oh, the Aussie lads making it a comp.
Hey, we already spanked them.
I was going to say, we beat them on the pitch, so now they got to, do something else. It's okay.
No, I want to joke because I quite enjoy. I'm enjoying the banter and everything that goes on, which is always good. Vader's had to jump, but Vader will be live tomorrow, I believe. So go and give Vader Games TV a lot of love. I'll be on there hopefully soon. So big up to Vader. Tomorrow, Manquay Daily News will be back tomorrow. There was nothing to talk about this morning. I'm not just going to come on. At the moment, we're aiming for every other day than every day. There was no news. And I'm not just going to record for 20 minutes and download to talk a load of nothing. That's just wasting your people's time. I'm not going to do content for the sake of content. So there will be one tomorrow. It'll be out around between 8 a.m. And then tomorrow night, 9 p.m., Thursday night chat, Pep's new headache, and then the Aston Villa preview as well, where we're going to talk about the squad and the depth that people talk about is not there when really it actually is. So that'll be a good chat tomorrow. And then we'll do an After Dark over the weekend. Yes, Ed.
Is Stateside, are we changing the date on Stateside?
No, next week I'll have a chat with the lads off there, see what we want to do. We'll probably try and move it later in the week than earlier in the week because of Blues down under, and I don't know what Isle Brothers are going to do. So I'll have a chat with the lads. We'll do some over next week, but I'm at Swansea, and I'm not going to be back till 4 or 5 in the morning. So it's going to be a lot harder unless we do it and I set it up from the car and I can set it up and you lads do it and I'm on it off camera. We could do it that way. That's another way we could do it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
I'll let you know.
But we'll have a chat about it. We'll have a chat with the lads and we'll get it. But yeah, Swansea's a long way. It's not around the corner.
I know.
Well, actually, no, that could be an idea because then it keeps me awake from South Wales. That's actually a good way of doing it. But we'll have Ian Subiera. Yes, I did talk about him the other day. City do hold an interest in Subiera or Subiera. I don't know. Is it Subiera?
Subiabre.
I'll say, if you're LB, it's Subiabre.
Subiabre. Yeah, Subiabre. Bro. You know what I mean, my bro? Or Hussam calls in the number 2 City content creator. Because number 1 goes on Tuesdays on Blue Pill, Red Pill. Check that out. Anyway, no, big up, Paul. Please smash those likes. Big up to Danny, Ed, Tariq, Beta. Rajak will be back next week as well. Hope he's having a great time at basketball. We do miss him. We'll see who else we can get on, but I'm loving these. You lot are legends. Take care. And as always, up the Blues. Take care.